Namaskar. I Shambhavi welcome you all to your channel Galactic Echoes. So let's start exploring the wisdom of Vedic astrology. So today we'll be doing the placement of Rahu in the 8th house of your horoscope, and what kind of results it will give, we'll try to figure it out today. So let's start the video and let's dive in. So with this placement of Rahu in the 8th house of your horoscope, the first and the foremost thing is that if your Rahu is positively channelized, you will see windfall of lotteries, unexpected wins, unexpected wealth, unexpected gains. And if negatively channelized, then theft, gambling, and losses through it is seen with this Rahu in the 8th house. So it is important for you to channelize this Rahu into better, into a positive direction. Throughout your life, you will have unstable kind of finances, that suddenly a huge amount of wealth will be received by you, and then you will have to spend a huge amount onto something. So saving is very hard with this Rahu in the 8th house. You find it hard to save in your bank account because Ketu is sitting there in the 2nd house. Also, we'll go into more deeper about the 2nd house in the Ketu specific video, but here we'll only focus on the 8th house. So actually, cryptos, stock markets, casinos, or all these things can backfire. They can result into a negative thing even if you do it calculatively. You see, if you know the basics of stock markets and you are calculating it, you are speculating on it, then also you would not get better gains out of it. This is important with this Rahu. You see, because Rahu is a kind of illusion. It creates an illusionary smoke around your eyes, and you are not able to see the reality through it. So this is where this is why this placement is hard for the speculative businesses and for the speculative gains. Also with this Rahu in the 8th house, you might suddenly inherit unexpected wealth, land or property at the age of 42 years when this Rahu matures, because this really shows this a gain of property or inheritance or a wealth. But for that, you have to positively channelize your Rahu. It is very important. Also with this particular placement, there is unexplained kind of illness, that you have this pain in the stomach, but you or the doctors are not able to detect it. Slow healing is also seen with this Rahu, and you can also get cuts or surgeries around your legs or the skin areas basically. So this is where this Rahu can badly affect, but again it can be mitigated with the particular dispositor of the Rahu, with the particular conjunction of the Rahu, and the placement of the Aquarius sign where it is falling in your D1 chart. Also the D9 chart matters, but these things can be mitigated with the positive channelizing of this Rahu, which you will have to see, where you have to invest your time in. Also with this Rahu in the 8th house, I have seen people who have this Rahu, their spouse, they try to hide things from them. You see, whenever Rahu is actually in the moksha record, in the 4th, 12th or 8th house, I have seen this, that the spouses of these people, they try to hide things from them, from you actually. They want to hide scandals, affairs. Legal dispute or marital problems are also possible with this placement of the Rahu in the 8th house, but it will also depend upon the dispositor of the Rahu and the Aquarius sign, as I've already said. Also, with this Rahu in the 8th house, I think you should not marry young. You should marry after your first Saturn return, that is after the age of 28 or 30 years, or after the age of 36 years when Saturn matures. So this is where you will be able to handle the responsibility of marriage. Early marriage can get you problems. Also with this Rahu in the 8th house, if positively placed, then a long lost relative might also appear suddenly in your life, and they might support you if positively placed and if positively channelized. But if negatively channelized, then this long lost relative will come and they will appear suddenly in your life, and they will create problems in your life, especially related to lawsuits, I must say. So it is very important for you to check the placement of dispositor of Rahu, Aquarius sign, and where the Saturn is placed, for understanding the whole of the matrix. With this Rahu in the 9th house at your career front, you can have impressive government connections. So you might work in the government, for the government. You can have good connections in the government, so that if you have problems somewhere, they will be by your side. You can also get surprising gains from the authority figures who are in government. This is also seen with this Rahu. You can also do well in astrology, surgeon, or any sort of 8th house related career, like mining, petroleum related careers, or detective or any investigation work, maybe a crime journalist. All these things will have good impact on your career. You should not go into Rahu related job. You see, this is where the dynamics can play out. If you go into 8th house related jobs, that is where you can get immense success. And if you go into Rahu related jobs, like jobs in power plants, police, security, prisons, a guard at prison or something like that, that is where the losses can come from. Or maybe you'll get a job and you'll have good amount of salary regularly crediting in your account, but the problem will be that you will not get ultimate success in this career. Progression will be slow, promotion will be slow. So this is how we see this placement of Rahu in terms of career. Also with this Rahu in the 8th house, I've seen that you people might sometime act as a whistleblower, that you see some type of corruption going on at your career front, and then you expose it, and then there is where you find your wealth and your true potential in your career, and you get promotion and you progress at your career front with this kind of a thing. Legal and hidden kind of dangers will always loom in your life if you negatively channelize this Rahu. And what is the negatively channelizing Rahu is that you are not working into the good terms of this Rahu. You are hiding something which is benefiting you, and it's not benefiting the whole organization. This is where the problem can arise from. You are not you are helping out the corruption. You are having bad relations with your in-laws. You are hiding something from your spouse, or your spouse is hiding something from you because you are at loss at something, because you are not contributing into the institution of marriage. So all these things are the negative karakas of Rahu, and if you align with them, there is where you can see the draining lawsuits. The hidden problems may suddenly surface in your life. There's also a risk of theft and blackmailing. So this is where you can find problem in your life, and you can also mend it, because see, the Rahu and Ketu, they are always retrograde, and they're the karmic energy. You see, the karmic energy is something which you are destined to do, but there is karma, your karma related to it. You are, and you can actually change it with your own karma. So this is where which you should look forward to. You can see reputation attacks at your work front, that because you are doing very well in their career, so your co-workers are ruining your image through false rumors. So you should be alert on that thing. Because your Rahu is in the 8th house, so your obsession is towards the 8th house things, the 8th house elements, be it occult, mysticism, taboo topics of any kind. So all these things, they attract you naturally, and your gut feeling is also strong, which is 99% of the times true. But your fear is what, not let it implemented. So you should have that control over the fear, because Rahu is also fear. You should not fear from the topics of the 8th house. You should freely discuss it. If you are thinking something about astrology and about a certain placement, you should directly comment it down on that particular video. If you are watching taboo topics, and if you are actually learning about that, you should not be ashamed of it. You see, this is where you can positively channelize your Rahu, and it is important with this placement. It can really perform well, because Rahu is a malefic and it is in a malefic house. So it really can perform well, but it will totally depend on your deeds, on your karma. How will this Rahu manifest in your life? So the main points which you have to remember and which you should never do are that you should not marry young. That is before the age of 28 or 30 years, or before the age of 36 years. You should always reject blue or black gifts from your in-laws. They could trigger losses. You should avoid lending money. That could get again into losses. That could again convert into losses. And you should never keep reptiles as your pet. Keeping a reptile pet like lizard or a turtle or any sort of that pet is where you can feel and you can see the losses in your life. Also, with this Rahu in the 8th house, a powerful boss or a hidden force of authority always protects you at your work front or at your career front. So this is important with this Rahu in the 8th house, and you should be thankful to that hidden force, either it is physical or not. There is major financial turnaround after the age of 42 years when this Rahu matures. So you will see a major shift in your financial wealth. You see financial gains after the age of 42 years, and that too from the unconventional sources like royalties or mineral rights of something or a patent on a medicine. So this is how this Rahu works in the 8th house. Also, there can be some extreme events, but they are rare, but I should state them, like a person faking death because he or she wants to escape the debt he has incurred on himself or herself. You see, there was a Bollywood actress which recently faked her death to create awareness about the cervical cancer. This is the same placement. I don't know if she has this placement or not, but this is how this placement works of the Rahu in the 8th house. So this is something which you have to understand with this Rahu in the 8th house. You can create a massive transformation, but it is in your hands if that transformation will be negative or positive, which you can totally have control on actually. Because yes, people say this is a karmic axis, but the karmic, see, the karma is the word which is related to your 10th house, which is where you are present and which is where your purusharth, your efforts are being laid on. So this is how you decode the placement of Rahu in the 8th house of your horoscope. Do not forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family. And if you regularly want to see such quality content on astrology, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.